Hi Virgo, and welcome to your June 2019 general reading. I've already recorded your love and relationship readings. I put them on Vimeo. So if you want to check them out, please do. If you don't, then that's absolutely fine. Sorry guys, I'm being ridiculous now. A lot of complexity in the relationships, guys, but an awful lot of movement and excitement and potential. But I want to make this general reading for everyone, so everyone gets the same regardless if they get the relationships or not. So can you please give me clear-cut messages for the sign of Virgo for June 2019? Page of Swords behind you with the Six of Swords, okay? A lot of thinking. What you most want is a Ten of Swords. This is about completion of some sort of thing that's been going on for a little while. I'll clarify what this thing is. The gift is the Queen of Cups, beautiful. Going towards the Queen of Swords. Got Capricorn, got exactly these two cards at a soul level. Two of Cups in your relationships. Yes, indeed. God. I've got a rule I need to stick with your general reading, but I can't help my thinkings going back. Strength card in your money and work. Soul position, Hanging Man. And you get the Seven of Pentacles. Give me a minute. Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. Beautiful Virgo. Okay, give me a minute so you can see the cards. The outcome is the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Some date with destiny. These three cards almost speak to me about the same energy here. Can I clarify what it is that the Ten of Swords? I actually love the Ten of Swords. It's a Ten of Swords that almost leads to the Fool card. There's no such thing as, actually I could probably do a whole reading on one card. But the 10 is a completion card, and what's behind you is the 6, which means there's been something, Virgo, that you've been moving away from. And I mean, the Page of Swords is staring right at you, which is a bit weird. Give me a minute. What are these three cards about? They speak to me of exactly the same thing. What are these three cards about? So you've got the World with the Seven of Swords. Oh my God, look at all these swords, guys. An awful lot of overthinking. An awful lot of something being in the shadows. Something not being talked about. Something not being clear. Very much that Page of Swords can... I don't dislike the Page of Swords, but... there's something about him... with this 6 and this 10 and the fact that you want something to be over, because you want this period of being stuck in your mind to be over, which is fantastic, because when we're stuck in our minds, we're not in the world, we're not in our heart, and what's helping you get out of this is the heart. Yeah? And the world. Something has completed itself here. I have got no idea what it is. It could be a job. It could be a relationship, because you got the Blessed card, which tends to be a relationship card. Now I think what might have completed itself is a part of a relationship that has not been that direct. It's not been that expressive. It's not been out in the sun. It's almost existed unspoken energy, unspoken communication. That's sort of what I'm picking up here, guys, okay? Now, the good news is out of your head, Virgo, because there's no... When you're in your mind, you live in a state of separation from the world around you. So what we need to do to move out of our minds is move into our heart. The Queen of Cups is your gift. The blessed energy is the energy of the heart. Can you clarify the Queen of... Please give Virgo another beautiful clarifying card. Yeah, there you go. So the way out of the mind is in the energy of the heart. The heart is our true mind. I think some Virgos have been a little bit stuck in some sort of strange relationship dynamic, and I have to say this really makes sense of your love reading. I wish I'd done that first, but I didn't. But it looks like a story has been completed itself, and some huge victory and some huge success is about to come your way, okay? It's going to come through a leap of faith, because that's how the Ten of Swords, and I always think it's almost like the Fool card, but the Fool's now back up and he's going down new territory. It might come from some of you having to walk away from something, or it might come from you having to take some sort of risk and move into your heart and trust, because these are the gifts. And in your relationships, you've got the Two of Cups, soulmate energy, love, okay? The challenge is the Queen of Swords, which is going back. So this is a dilemma between the head and the heart. And quite a lot of us, every single one of us goes through patterns in our life, and some of the patterns we go through is what I call when we very much go into living in our minds, yeah, but not connecting with our emotional centre. The gift is reconnecting with your emotional centre, which is leading you to the Two of Cups, and away from this. I don't want my lovely Virgos in this energy. And it's not that it's bad energy. It just feels really, really like winter, like being in winter. And you know the Narnia story, when you move from the winter to summer, to the spring? This is what the gift is, and we need to get you out of this winter. Yeah, so I feel quite quite emotional because I've just done your other reading, and I've got a lot of Virgos that I truly, truly love, and a lot of you know who you are. And and this beautiful heart energy is the gift. The challenge is going to be detaching again. So we detach into our minds when we wonder if a relationship connection is going to be safe. Not because there's anything wrong with us, Virgo, but it's just we need to decondition ourselves. And no one taught me at school how to live in my heart. They all taught me how to live in my head. And I spent years in this strange place. Something is totally and utterly completed itself now. I'm not saying it's going to be over like that, because the Queen of Swords is a challenge, is sort of moving back into being quite detached. Being detached is not bad. I actually really recommend it, but not at the expense of your emotional nature, guys. Never. Money and work, you've got the Strength card. So the Strength card, you got a very similar reading to Capricorn. It's very strange. The Strength card might talk about you having to endure something a little bit. Some of you might be going after something. So the Strength card is looking at the World card. The World card is like being crowned the Olympic champion. Look at her posture as she makes her way into the world. So some of you might be going after something. The Strength card is looking at the World card. Sometimes it's not the easiest card, because it means that you might have to endure some circumstances that you don't want to be in. I have to say that, until you get to what you want. What's the connecting card between these two? Yeah, Ace of Wands. You're going after something, Virgo, and God, do I like it. And boy, is it you want. It's like you want some story, some chapter to be gone now. The Hanged Man. And the Seven of Pentacles is the challenge. The Seven of Pentacles is the Hanged Man. It's both these cards are talking about a process of waiting for something to be delivered. Yeah, but look, something is being delivered as the outcome. So the Knight of Cups might be emotional, might be relationships, but it's just a bit good news coming your way, which is leading to the Wheel of Fortune. I think a lot of this seems to be around your money and work. Some of you are reaching out for some great sense of, it's like, I've had it and I'm going after it. Love it, Virgo, okay? And some of you, this is also to do with this energy about living in your heart and your head and trying to balance the two of them out. Okay? Again, if you're able to, check out the relationship reading. So please give me, what is this news coming to Virgo? I don't know, but it's leading to the Judgment card. Judgment card, in one word, blessed, which is what your additional guidance card does. I tend to call it a thank you card, but that's 2 words. Something there might be a strange, it's a funny old energy. Virgo, I love your reading. I'm finding it hard to put into words how much I love your reading. But there's some huge process going on here. And I think the difficulty behind it is going to be some of you might have reached your tolerance level of coping. It's one of the ways we create change. Because if we didn't have it, we wouldn't create change. Do you understand? A lot of the desires are going around your work, but there's clearly relationship issues here. And going away from, again, I use that Narnia quite a lot to describe moving from the head to living in your heart. Because living in your heart is just bliss, really. Unless that heart tells a story. And if it tells a story, you need to live in your heart to get rid of the story, so you can live in your heart and have that love that you deserve, Virgo. I don't know, I've got this funny energy about you that I so want you to have this yes. Really, really, really massively. Oh gosh. So there's some huge yes at the end of the month. So the news that the Knight is bringing with the Wheel is the news of receiving something coming back from the dead, which might be the news of a new job, or it might be the news and that feeling actually this new love, this reconnecting with my heart is pretty amazing, really. Because these 3 people have came out of coffins, which means they've gone through some very wintry, dark times, and now they feel alive again, which is exactly what I want for every single one of my Virgos. Virgo, love you lots. Very similar relationship reading. The choice is yours. I hope if you don't get it, that you still got the message about moving from your head, because living in the head can be very, very cold. I'm an air sign, by the way. I live in my head. Well, I used to, until I realised there was nothing there. And that's why I love the Ten of Swords, because it speaks about the ending of a chapter and moving much more into the heart. And it's when you move into the heart that you begin to live in the garden, and what we want is actually there for us. So lovely, Virgo. Speak to you next week, hopefully. Bye.